So really massive. Okay, that a number of these courses are enormous in terms of hundreds of thousands of learners taking part, but in some cases people are piloting with a few hundred here and there, so that is really variable. The open, well, this is where the word MOOC is being branded as a sort of broad concept. It doesn't actually have a clear definition specifically at the moment, because sometimes these courses are free, sometimes financially free for students in most cases, but open also can imply that the resources can be just taken and used freely, but a lot of the time the actual content of the courses are still copyrighted the universities or the institutions, so it's not totally free and open education. There are boundaries on that. Fair enough. That's important, but one of the reasons it's important, really, this is my first why, and I have 3 of these, is actually one of these reasons for putting out there all these materials and having it freely is all about promotion and developing university reputation. So really it's one of the key things. So that's the first why of my presentation. We'll come back to that. Open. Next is online. So many of these courses are online, and that's the way they're delivered. The actual technology empowers that delivery mechanism, and there are some mobile access options to some of the platforms as well. Courses, the sense of a course is a really interesting concept, the difference between curriculum and a syllabus, the difference between a module, a programme and a course. These things all come into question when you really think about what a MOOC is. And one of the key aspects of this is really about credit, because at the moment the majority of courses don't have credit or accreditation, but they do offer a kind of certificate of attendance of some kind, so we'll come back to that. But really what we need to be thinking about is a number of the universities, and the way this is going for some US partners is actually offering degrees by accumulating credits and potentially across partners. So this is the second why of my presentation, if you will. Why should we be thinking about MOOCs? Because it can improve our recruitment locally in terms of participation with schools and all sorts of provisions. So also thinking about our international development and partners and KTP profile and that sort of aspect. There's a huge amount of opportunity to develop MOOCs, to share and promote our research, to invite collaborative provisions. So there's a massive opportunity for the university potentially.
The places like MIT and Open Courseware and iTunes Oxford, a lot of that is about reputation. What the people get, that people won't still get an Oxford or an MIT education from that. What MIT and Oxford get is massive promotion and pushing their reputation. So it's a big win for them.
And you question why they would put so much money into it just for reputation. Their reputation is fantastic. It doesn't need this. Some would say maybe it doesn't need this does this enhance it any further. And the second part is about, for example, iTunes U. I've done a few courses on iTunes U, just random ones about green energy, for example. But in terms of maintenance, how do they, when they cast this net with the open learning, how do they kind of measure what they've caused and measure the success of it in terms of the promotion? Because the iTunes audience, in terms of demographic, may not be the audience that they traditionally would have had as a physical student. So it's difficult to see how they're measuring the success of such things as promotion and bringing that back in.
You're right, but I was wondering about the motivation why someone would sign up for MOOCs, and I can see that they are of perhaps more value when they aren't a massive course, when they are part of a niche market, either for entry selection for something or progression through something. Can be a reason for a MOOC. But I mean, you're saying that sort of you're getting thousands of people signing up. I mean, why are they?
So I mean, places like Edinburgh, then London, really the international programmes, for something called Survey. I mean, for them, I think it's very much a shop window, but those people are then going on to the full accredited online programmes, which they've been delivering for some years. So they've got that advantage because the MOOC is an easy shop window for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to decide to do a postgraduate course, for example, it would be a very quick, relatively quick and easy way to make a more informed decision about spending the money, because if you did say a unit of the actual course or a bit of a module or whatever, you would have an idea of the level of it and whether you could assess your own interest in it, and you could assess, make an informed decision about the level of the course and whether it's something you really want to do. And that I think would be appealing to a lot of students after they finish their first degree.
If you're attempting to attract students to a MOOC for which they will pay, or at least pay for the accreditation, you've got, it's an ideal platform, vehicle, because you give a bit of a MOOC to sample, and
Yeah.
this is what the rest of it's like, is the message. But if it's for one of the courses of type we've got existing at the moment, I mean, all you really need is some sort of promotional video. Just someone gives a lecture, here's the syllabus, here's a few MCQs you can answer.
Quality control is important as a Russell Group university, which is why it takes 18 months to get a course from thinking of it to actually having it available to students. It's a huge job, and if the university is going to be keen that they should go to someone in this room and say, hey, you do these 5 lectures on immunology, don't you? How about turning them into a MOOC, whether for quality control the university is going to require us to go through their existing systems.
I suppose the other thing is as well is thinking about the competition is we could say, well, actually we don't think a MOOC is suitable for giving people the insights into our current courses, but if everybody else starts doing it, what do we do? Do we still say actually a promotional video of 2 minutes is still enough? We could be judged on the fact that, well, Birmingham don't do anything, so therefore they don't care.